So, listen to this. This guy builds a multi-million-dollar Wall Street fortune using a strip club. His name is David, and he is not some Wall Street genius. He's a day trader, a small fish in a giant pond, who figures out something brilliant. He figures out that rich guys with big jobs can't keep their mouths shut in the VIP room, and that's his edge. David is sitting in a club called Scores. It's a famous New York spot. He's not even there for the party. He's watching. He sees these Wall Street suits drunk, trying to impress the girls, and they're talking. They're talking about deals. They're dropping company names, talking about mergers, bragging about some stock that's about to pop, and a light bulb just explodes over David's head. These guys are handing out winning lottery tickets, and nobody is cashing them in. So he gets a plan, a whole-ass insane genius plan, but he can't do it alone. First, he needs a partner. He goes to his buddy, another trader, a guy he trusts to move fast and keep quiet. The pitch is simple. Bro, these guys are fools. We can get their info and print money. His buddy is in, instantly. Now they have the trading part covered, but they need the source. They need the inside game. They need the strippers. So David starts recruiting. He approaches a few of the girls. He doesn't pitch them some creepy nonsense. He pitches them like a business, and he tells them, forget the tips. I'm offering you a cut of a real score, tens of thousands of dollars. He explains the game. Get these guys in a private room. Let them talk. All you have to do is listen for a company name, a stock ticker, anything that sounds like a deal. Text it to me. That's it. You're a corporate spy, and you get paid like one. Some say no, but a few get it. They see the play. They're in. The machine is built. And now the honeypot goes live. It works better than he could have ever dreamed. A dancer is in a private room with some investment banker. The banker's had a few drinks. He's showing off. He leans in and says his company is about to get bought out. The dancer excuses herself, goes to the bathroom, and pulls out a burner phone. She texts David one word, the company's stock ticker. Beep. David gets the text. He's at his computer, ready. He sees the ticker. He immediately buys thousands of shares of that stock, as much as he can get his hands on. He and his partner go all in. 2 days later, the news breaks. A massive buyout is announced. The stock absolutely explodes. It shoots up 30-40%. David sells everything. In 48 hours, they make $120,000 off one text message. They pay the dancer her cut, $10,000, easiest money she's ever made. And this happens again and again. It becomes a system. An analyst from Merrill Lynch lets it slip that a certain tech company is getting a huge upgrade. Beep! David gets the text. He buys. The next morning, Merrill Lynch announces the upgrade. The stock soars, another 50 grand in their pocket. A banker from UBS is complaining about a deal he's working on, a merger. He names names. Beep. David buys. The merger is announced a week later. $200,000. Pure profit. The money is absolutely flooding in. David goes from being a nobody day trader to a king. He's making millions. They're all getting rich. They're running the perfect scam. They're untouchable. But that's the thing about easy money. It makes you stupid. It makes you greedy. David and his crew get sloppy. They're making so much cash, they get arrogant. The burner phones they were so careful with, now they're making calls to their girlfriends. The secret meetings, they're arguing about money splits out in the open. The dancers start demanding more money. They start fighting with each other over who gets the best clients. The perfect, quiet little machine is starting to rattle. It's getting loud. David is high on the success. He feels like a god, so he decides to get bigger. The strip club info is great, but he wants more. He needs another angle. He needs to escalate, and that's when he finds his second front, a whole new level of the conspiracy. He finds a guy who works at the printing plant, the plant that prints Business Week magazine. He knows that magazine has a column that moves markets. If a stock gets a good mention in that column, it always jumps. So David makes the printer an offer. Get me a copy of that magazine on Wednesday before it hits the stands on Thursday. You'll get a cut of everything I make. The printer agrees. Now David has 2 pipelines of illegal information. He has the strip club spies feeding him merger secrets, and he has the magazine guy telling him what stocks are about to get a massive publicity pump. It's a guaranteed win every single week. He is running a criminal enterprise, a multi-million-dollar insider trading ring built on sex and secrets, and he feels completely untouchable. Then comes the first crack. The whole thing starts to unravel because of a mistake that has nothing to do with him. The SEC, the feds who police Wall Street, are investigating some guy for a totally separate case. They're squeezing this guy, and in his files they find a name. It's the name of David's guy at the magazine printing plant. The feds have no idea about the magazine scheme yet, but they know this printer is dirty, so they haul him in. They put the pressure on. They tell him he's looking at hard time, and the printer does what everyone does. He panics. He folds, and to save himself, he gives them a name. He tells them about the guy who pays him for the magazines. He gives them David. Suddenly a red flag goes up with David's name on it. The feds start digging. They look at his trades, and they see it. They see a pattern. And this guy has a supernatural ability to know the news before it breaks. He buys a company. It gets acquired. He buys another. It gets a positive mention in Business Week. Over and over. It's too perfect. They know he's cheating. They just don't know how. So they turn their eyes to his inner circle. They find his partner, the guy he started it all with, and they squeeze him hard. They show him the evidence, the trade records, the phone logs. They tell him, "Your friend David is going down. You can either go down with him or you can help us." His partner doesn't even hesitate. He flips instantly. He agrees to cooperate. He agrees to wear a wire. This is the climax. The trap is set. David has no idea the feds are onto him. But he's paranoid. Things feel off. He calls his partner for a meeting. He's nervous. He needs to know they're still safe. His partner shows up and he's wearing a hidden microphone. Every word is being recorded by the FBI. David starts talking. He's pacing, scared. He asks, "Are we okay? Is anything wrong?" And his partner plays his part. He says he doesn't know, that things feel weird, and that's all it takes. David walks right into the trap. He starts talking about the whole scheme. He talks about the dancers, the burner phones. He complains that the printer from the magazine plant might be a problem. He lays out the entire criminal conspiracy, every detail, all of it recorded, every word a nail in his own coffin. He confesses to everything. The aftermath is swift, it's brutal. The feds have everything they need. The doors get kicked in, the arrests are made, the entire crew is rounded up. The dancers, the partner, the printer, and the mastermind himself. And now we see his face. The mug shot hits the screen. His full name is finally revealed, David Pajcin. The kingpin of the strip club stock swap is done. He pleads guilty. The final outcome? He's sentenced to prison. He's forced to forfeit every single dirty dollar. The multi-million-dollar fortune built in VIP rooms and whispered secrets vanishes. The perfect system hack, the ultimate fantasy of outsmarting Wall Street, comes crashing down into a mugshot and a prison cell. The entire brilliant, insane scheme completely dismantled.